The NYPD is investigating after two men, one who is Jewish and one Asian, were stabbed in separate incidents near Central Park. Police say the suspect, 51-year-old Raul Morales, was arrested in connection with both assaults and that no other people are being sought. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch saying in part, quote, "Detectives are continuing to work the case and determine motive, but according to victim and witness statements, Morales yelled Allahu Akbar during both attacks. The NYPD currently evaluating whether this is a potential hate crime." The commissioner also saying the initial investigation suggests that mental health may have been a factor and that there's no known link between the suspect and the victims, who are now recovering. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani releasing a statement saying this in part, quote, "I am relieved that both victims are in stable condition. The NYPD responded immediately, and I am grateful to the officers for their swift response. These hateful and despicable attacks have no place in our city."
With that, let's bring in former FBI special agent and Fox News contributor Nicole Parker. Nicole, look, we have always had mentally ill on the streets of New York City. I mean, ever since I can remember, and certainly before that. But why does it seem like they're attacking people a lot more now?
Well, Todd, you're right. It doesn't seem that way. It is that way. It's abhorrent. The fear in the Jewish community in New York City is a very real thing, and the threats against the Jewish community in New York City is disproportionately high and elevated. Considering that Jews make up about 10 to 12% of the entire New York City population, between January and June of 2026, 55% of the hate crimes that NYPD investigated were anti-Semitic. That's despicable, it's wrong, and it cannot continue. But when you have a Mayor Mamdani, who's out there saying that the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, needs to be arrested, that will have an impact on his constituents. It's wrong, and this has got to stop. No one should be living in fear for their life because of their religious preference and their beliefs. And New York City needs to get a hold on this. I think it's also important to note that this suspect had been arrested 7 previous times. How was this individual out on the street? That cannot continue to happen. Mental health is always an issue, not always, but many times an issue in situations like this, as the NYPD commissioner talked about. They will be investigating that quite thoroughly. And also, I think it's important to note that she mentioned that it was a Good Samaritan that led law enforcement to putting this suspect, in handcuffs.
Right.
It was a Good Samaritan that helped with this arrest.
I mean, let's be clear. All good questions, all good points by you. Anti-Semitism has not been confirmed as the motive behind this, but look, the people can connect the dots and make the assumption that you logically would under these circumstances. I want to get your thoughts on this. The White House Correspondents' Dinner Part 2 tonight at a new, more intimate location, about a quarter of the people there, after, of course, April's event was canceled as it was happening following an attempted attack. Now, listen to this, Nicole. The Secret Service says the threat environment is more dangerous than ever, reporting it has investigated more than 10,000 threats since January alone. That is a 40% increase from just last year. Here is the Secret Service director on what the heck's happening.
Numbers are numbers at this agency, and certainly I have never seen in my 24-year career. They're off the charts. I think the environment has become very volatile, and that's just across the board. I think not just our protectees, but local officials. The threat, picture and environment is as large as I've ever seen it.
Okay, so the question becomes, Nicole, why? Why is the threat level so elevated right now, right in this moment?
Well, we're seeing it over and over. I mean, look at President Trump. He's a target of attacks on a daily basis, it seems, these days. And that, again, being the president of the United States right now is a very dangerous job. When President Trump's standing up for what's right and is doing what he's doing, he's a target. And one thing that we know about President Trump, he will not be intimidated and he will not back down. We saw that during the Butler, Pennsylvania assassination attempt. He said, fight, fight, fight. And that is what President Trump will always do. I think some of the key differences in this evening's event is that it's going to be at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel instead of the Hilton Hotel. The Waldorf Astoria Hotel was recently known as the Trump International Hotel. It's a venue that President Trump is very, very familiar with. It is a much smaller venue, which will make it easier for the Secret Service to maintain. I think it's also important to note that the original dinner hosted 2,600 guests. This evening, it will only be limited to 680 guests, and it will be a very strict entrance. Each attendee will have a QR code. You will present a valid government ID upon entrance, and the Secret Service will be also working with a private security firm that has been hired. They will work hand in hand. But again, the Secret Service, they've got a very difficult mission. It is a zero-fail mission, but they're doing a spectacular job in keeping everyone safe to the best of their ability, and I have no doubt that this evening will be much of the same.
To the point of the shrinking crowd size, I was at the one in April. As you well know, we talked the following morning, mere hours after everything went down. I will not be attending this one, and I'm not that upset about it. Nicole Parker, thank you. Appreciate it.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.